So I just received an email from eBay stating that I was selling counterfeit goods. So I'm going to talk about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flip It Ain't Easy. And yes, I received an email from eBay, and it kind of surprised me because it was talking about items that were removed from my store because of a counterfeit claim. Now, of course, I deal with liquidation goods, mostly from Amazon, that type of thing, and I know that most of the items I get are legit. Now, the only way I'd get a counterfeit is if maybe someone did a return and maybe bought that item from Amazon and then swapped it out with their counterfeit good. But let's be real with each other here for a second. Counterfeits aren't all that common, and you're talking higher end items that are counterfeited. I mean, this particular situation, eBay sent me a message, various items that are considered to be counterfeit are removed from the site periodically. Now, I know what happened. This happens on Amazon all the time, but the manufacturer probably reached out to eBay and had them remove this item. Now, I say this item, it's not really this item. I can tell you that it's 3 items. They're all earbuds. We're not talking about one item. We're talking about multiple items, and they're the same items, but not really the same. So I have these third-party true wireless stereo earbuds. They're Bluetooth, they're waterproof, they're everything, right? Just so happens to be another pair. They look to be from the same manufacturer, but then there's a third one that was also included in this, and this is a T18 wireless earbuds. And again, they're the two of them, at least 2 of them, are different manufacturers. Of course, I don't use the brand name in my listings when we're dealing with the third-party Chinese brands. So on the earbuds, that's not the case here. I don't use their brand name in the title because, to be honest with you, we talked about this in previous videos, where you don't want the third-party Chinese brand names in your titles. Nobody's searching for those things. So I'm kind of perplexed as to why. I can see maybe one being submitted to eBay saying, hey, take this item down. Happens every day on eBay. But 3 different items, at least two of which are from different manufacturers or different vendors, different factories, I guess, or maybe the same factory in China. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's all under the same brand, but just different names that they're slapping on these products. Nonetheless, eBay is becoming a lot like Amazon in that they're allowing these off brands. Now, I'm not talking about the legitimate counterfeit claims that do arise and should happen. I'm talking about the third-party brands that you wouldn't counterfeit if someone paid you handsomely to counterfeit these brands. It's just not a thing. When was the last time you guys saw a pair of Faded Glory pants counterfeited? I mean, have you ever bought any? Does it even exist? I doubt it. I don't think it exists, okay? I'm 100% sure it doesn't exist. Who goes out and counterfeits nickels? No, it doesn't happen, okay? It doesn't make sense. Who would want to manufacture third-party earbuds to be counterfeit? The knockoff brands. These are knockoffs as it is. If you want to talk about knockoff, the brand themselves that complained are knocking off Apple AirPods. These are the closest things you can find to Apple AirPods without them being Apple AirPods. They have almost all the same features, and they sound very good, to be honest with you. So who's knocking who off? Because this is a knockoff that I'm selling, but it's not counterfeit. Now, if Apple was complaining, I'd see the point here, but we're talking about the people who made this. I don't even know the name of the brand off the top of my head. They're the ones complaining. Okay, now the thing that also is the kicker here for me, if you check the listings for these items on eBay, you got tons of drop shippers who are drop shipping the same items off of Amazon. You have other sellers who are getting these in their liquidation pallets, which is where I got these, and those listings are being allowed to stay. So again, we're dealing with a selective situation. If eBay was really serious about taking these earbuds off their platform, they'd simply go in, do a single search for these earbuds, anything that's not Apple or whatever, or anything that's branded at least from the brand that complained, they'd all get removed, right? If eBay was being fair about it. But they have bots, I'm sure that's what it is, that it's a no questions asked policy. They go in and just remove. You tell us what listings, we'll remove it. That's the attitude, and it's not a fair one, because you're dealing with a lot of these third-party brands are very nasty. If you ever sold on Amazon and tried to piggyback off of an ungated listing, let's say I've got a bunch of these, I found the brand on Amazon, it's not saying that I can't sell it, so I go on and put my listing, undercut their price just to move it, sell it as used, open box, whatever you want to do. I promise you, in a few days, you're going to get your item not only removed, but it's going to hurt your account health under the guise of a counterfeit policy. And I've even purchased an item directly from one of these manufacturers on Amazon. Came directly from them. I could prove that I bought it directly from them through my order history on Amazon. Listed it on Amazon off the same listing, piggybacked off the same listing, and guess what? They pulled it down because of a counterfeit concern. Now, it doesn't have to be proven, it's just a concern. And only because someone complained, you're now guilty of that happening. Now, eBay didn't take any action against my account under the guise of, maybe you didn't know that, this is a thing, you didn't know you were selling counterfeits. Again, they're assuming that it's fact that it was counterfeit when it was nowhere near counterfeit, but they're taking the word of some third party who's complaining, probably, again, the brand. That's the problem I have. It's part of the process. Now, here's what you can do about it. You guys ready? Absolutely nothing. Okay? That's the answer. I know it's not the answer you're hoping for. When it happens, don't relist it. Find another way to sell it. I have these on Mercari, so they'll probably sell anyway. But you can't do anything about it. You are basically, well, what's the right word for it? Screwed. Don't lose hope. Okay, this is not going to happen every item that you're selling, thankfully. I mean, let's hope it doesn't get to that place where these third parties are now making it so you can't sell anything. I mean, under the guise of counterfeit. But to me, I would think that enough counterfeit claims from a certain company would maybe catch eBay's eye, but I don't think they're looking. I think the bots are handling it, so it doesn't matter how many of these claims they put in against different sellers, they're going to have the same result, and there's not going to be anyone looking at it to even see any kind of pattern here. So it's going to continue. I'm going to have to keep dealing with it, just like you're going to have to keep dealing with it. Find other, that's why it's so important. This cross-listing is so important. If you rely on one platform to take care of, your selling needs, you're going to run into situations like this, and you're going to have product you can't move. So find additional ways to get your items in front of other people on other platforms. Check out the company I sponsored, Prime Lister. Check the link down below. You get the first 2 weeks for free, no credit card needed. Okay, and if you decide to go with it after that 2-week period, you get 30% off of your first month. So it's worth it. And if anything, at least you can try it out and get 100 listings over to Mercari, whereas you don't have to do that on your own, whether or not you intend on continuing, but at least take advantage of that. Check out the link down below, and I can tell you within about a month and a half, I have almost 150 items that I've sold on Mercari that probably would still be sitting in my eBay store because there's a lot of competition on eBay for these same items that really you don't have that same level of competition on Mercari. Just kind of the way it shakes out because of all the drop shippers and all that. That aside, again, counterfeit claims suck, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please let me know your thoughts on this. If you enjoy the content, if you appreciate the time that I take to make these videos, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel while you're at it, and of course hit that notification bell so that you can be notified the next time I make a video. So I gotta tell you, when you're dealing with counterfeit claims, it's all part of the business, just like anything else, but yet it's just another example of how flipping ain't easy. And I want you guys to have an excellent rest of your week, and you will hear from me very soon.